what's going on? In this episode, I'm going to be talking about boxing, Disneyland, and writing my new book, and what all of those things have in common. What is it?
112 degrees outside.
It's pretty hot.
Very hot.
Where are we?
We are nearly to California.
What are we doing in California?
We're going to Disneyland.
Going to Disneyland last week was amazing. We got to celebrate my 4-year anniversary. Hannah absolutely loves Disneyland, which I do too, let's be real. Visiting Star Wars and the Marvel world and just kind of getting to be a kid for a day is just always fun. It's always nice to just kind of take some time off and really just go do something that you're not normally doing. Of course, enjoying the food, the fun, the laughter. It's all just sort of a fun place to be, right? And so we also got to go hang out at the beach. We also got to hang out with friends and family, go to the Getty Museum and walk around, which was just absolutely amazing. And on our way home, we got to reflect back on the last 4 years of our lives, you know, all the things that we've been able to do together, all the fun times we've been able to create, sort of all the ups and downs that we've had to deal with. You know, nothing is perfect. Relationships aren't perfect. And I think what we've been amazing at doing is just communicating to one another, you know, how we are, how we're feeling, how we can help each other grow. I think that's been the most beautiful part of our relationship, really, is, you know, how we can help one another grow. And I know she's helped me a ton, sort of face some of my fears, my anxieties, really face how I see the world and challenge it in ways and improve it in some ways. And I hope I've done the same for her. And I think our growth in the last 4 years has been amazing together. So we got to celebrate that in Disneyland and it was amazing. And so taking time away from, you know, your typical day-to-day life and doing something really fun is always a plus. Along the way, we got to see more friends. And I think, you know, with that, it's just like, you know, how can we generate and, you know, how can we create an experience that'll be memorable? I'm also working on my next book. So for the last couple of months, I've taken it a little more serious, trying to write as consistently as possible. And the new ideas in my book are around fears. You know, fears and where they come from and how are we taught these things? You know, where does fear really come from? And I think my idea is that it actually comes from love. You know, this idea that there's a protection, a protector of love. And, you know, it goes deep into the spirit, it goes deep into the mind and the body and how fear plays in these realms and how we think of it and how others helped us perceive fears in different ways. And so how to unpack, unravel all of those things so that you can have a better perspective on what it is you're actually afraid of, as opposed to what you have been taught to be afraid of. And so the book kind of hits those dynamics, and I'm really excited about it because there are parts of it that I'm still navigating and I'm still trying to understand. There are parts of it that, you know, I still very much fear a lot of things, but, you know, I'm trying to sort of unravel where they come from. What do they tap into? And so it's kind of an interesting path. I'm still writing through this book and this concept. I hope to keep working on it because it's helping me really unravel things that I've long questioned about my heritage and my culture. And I think this is an interesting and cathartic way to bring that out of myself. The third thing is boxing. I have been, for about a year now, signed up to this boxing gym down the street, and it has been amazing. Boy, got some new boxing shoes. I'm excited. I have been boxing for, at least going to this class, this little boxing class, dope. I've been going for almost a year, and I think it's time to invest in something of good quality, because the other shoes I was wearing were like running shoes. So I'm also pushing myself to the edge of those fears. And so I think, you know, boxing or anything like that, you know, these are all fears. You know, I'm stronger just, you know, as a person. I'm more confident. I'm more, you know, when I'm being taught technique about how to punch and how to turn my hip into the punch or shift my body, for me, that is also what it's like to face fears. And so, going through this boxing experience is helping me write about my fears, really, and kind of giving me an opportunity to be creative. And so putting myself in that kind of environment, pushing my body, is also helping me stay creative and sort of at the edge of my comfort zone and continually pushing that. And so, as we have these priorities that come up in our lives, and as we sort of try to tackle one or the other, sometimes we get stuck by putting all of them in front of us. Those tasks become daunting. And so what I like to do is think about, okay, what are the priorities that actually, fulfill me the most, or give me the most joy, or push my uncomfort boundary just a little bit further, and try to prioritize them, move them around where they're not giving me anxiety, which, let's be real, that happens a lot. Sometimes when I get stuck, I don't want to do anything. And that happens to all of us. So when I feel stuck, what I try to do is I would take, okay, let me focus on like this one thing. Let me focus on this one, priority right now. And then if I can break through this most important one, I could probably break through the next one tomorrow or next week or the week after that. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'll see you at the next video. Y'all take care. Peace.